just sinking in like that, but I'm sinking in where your bones are, so on top of your sacrum. So if I heel my hand, I can kind of feel that mountain range, the ridge, spine of your sacrum, like that. I'm just going to drop in a bit more, like that, going harder. So then I can kind of, once I'm in here like that, then I can change an angle to push out the SIJ a little bit, like that. And just hold it. You can kind of just do little nudges on the table, little head nods and things like that as you go to try and work into it. And see this other hand as well, I can kind of reinforce it and give more weight. I can change angles and what I'm doing with this other hand as well. I can kind of, so I can get your glute tendons as well, a little bit there.
Yeah.
And it's just by, I'm in that same exact spot. I haven't changed any location, I'm just changing angles of my body. So I'm leaning more over now. You hit that, your sacrum where it goes down along there. And then I can kind of go to pushing out that 45, go to vertical. So you kind of oscillate between those just to kind of mobilise things up. Like that. How you feeling?
That's crazy.
It's cool, isn't it? Just so simple. So it's like something you can really work on that's really basic and simple, but you can kind of get that connection straight up right from the get-go, and you can kind of just change angles just to kind of feel, where they might need a bit of love and mobilisation and softening of these tissues, because it's like a centimetre or more of real thick connective tissue, real white rubbery tissue on top of your sacrum, and little slithers of thin muscle in here as well. So we want to affect all that, help those nerve pathways early. So you can just stay on here for 5 minutes if you want. Other people, you just feel like it's only 30 seconds. Other people, you need 10 minutes just staying on this sort of spot like that, just to explore and warm things up. But you're getting that consent, trust, permission to negotiate, to explore. And one of the little words of, using the word negotiate, like you think about negotiation, you've got to form agreements between the two parties. So what I'm doing, I'm pushing here and we're going, okay, how's that feel? Is that okay? Can we keep going, go further, or we've got to stop, we've got to go back, all those kind of things. So it's like creating little agreements all along the way. So we're exploring, trying to discover where your blocks are, and then once we discover different things, then we've got to have negotiation. So we've got to negotiate it well. So we've got to get permission to first go into it, and then we've got to negotiate it in a manner that doesn't feel like it's creating more damage and trauma. Okay, so we want to soothe it, melt it, slowly get it out without creating extra damage to cells and things like that. We want to just melt it so it can go back to a more squishy state, so it can squish and it can stretch. It's as basic as that.
I feel like it has.
Just from that.
Yeah.
And I'll just show you a really slow sink out as well.
I did that breath that you're talking about too. When
Yeah.
you let go, you just go.
Yeah. See that, how it feels different when you sink out real slow as well. And so what I'm going to do a little money spot, but with Physiform. So I'm just sliding over there to find where that cliff drops off, like into there. Yours is a little bit tight, so I'm just going to wait there for a little bit, but I'm going to try and find where your spot is without, so even just doing that a bit is a bit much for you right now, so I've just got to wait there, like that. Yeah, let you breathe a little, and then we can, with this opposite hand, I can push onto my wrist and then try and drive it into that nook there.
So that's right Physiform there, left on top.
So yeah, right Physiform, left on top, and I'm just driving into that space and trying to get that space to clear. So we're just trying to clean it out. Where it's stuck, it's blocked. Just going to clear that out.
Right there.
In there, so you can kind of feel that. You know what the money spot is when you feel it. So it just feels like it's a spot that kind of goes everywhere.
I was just trying to say, it feels like it's just referring everywhere.
Yeah. So it just gives you that bang for buck. That's why it's the money. So you kind of feel like when you kind of can clean this out effectively, things are going to change from it. You know, and it's got the ability there because it's not, the nerves aren't as trapped, the tissue's not as solid. Instead of, you got more ability to bend in there. So I'm just pushing in there. It's a bit of a wiggle. And then I'm going to trace along that top of that sacrum out wider. Like that. So I'm just making sure I'm touching. It's probably a bit much, but
No, that's good.
it's all right.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
You
go
came
out.
down for the curry.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you're here for the curry.
Oh, this is gonna get real gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to get Mitchy's reactions here, try and get that on the microphone.
How many chilies, mate?
Oh, I can feel it coming up.
Chili scale.
It's like that second spot.
Yeah. Second money spot somewhere. It's not.
Yeah.
It's never the same on same two people. You know,
Right
somewhere out
there.
wider.
That's that spot that gets you as well, doesn't it? As that
Yeah,
second
100%.
spot.
Yeah.
Like that. It'll sink out again.
Beautiful.
Breathe into it again. Then I'm going to give you an elbow money spot. So I'm going to take the slack out of my own skin and try and find where your. Sorry, man.
You're right.
Yours is, yeah.
Bit ropey.
It's ropey. It's going to sit there for a bit. It's just going to hang out here, not with too much pressure, and just let your body receive it. Get acceptance. And once I'm in there a little bit, then I can start to negotiate if you can go further. How's that feel?
So good.
Yeah, I'm in a good spot.
Yeah.
Come on. In there like that. So now I can start to get in there because I took the time at the start to get your trust, permission to kind of go in. And then I'm driving in. So I'm grabbing the table there, I'm pushing my body weight in, driving in, just trying to explore that angle like that to drive right into there. Like that.
That's great. Oh.
It's cool, isn't it? Just little shifts.
Especially when you're like shifting that. I don't even know which way it was.
Yeah, I shifted back. Then I can kind of push your show out. I'm just going to move my hand, my palms facing up now.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to turn it and palms facing down. Feel a little change in the
Yeah. Yeah.
aspect of my elbow that could go in there. It's like a different shape. I'm going to go palm up again and drive in. Palm down, drive in.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah,
Oh.
so they're different. So it's just trying to choose the right tool so I can pull back in towards myself, into your spine a bit. Into that 45, straight down.
That way. Oh.
Yeah, when I go straight down your body and then just out along that top of that sacrum, just tracing that line, that bone.
Feels like you're just scooping shit out. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, the visuals are really important. Like that's why we try to get you to clean that oven, because there's a visual there and you can actually see it. When there's skin over the top of the gunk, you know, it's got to be more of a conceptual thing. So you got to think like you're cleaning things. It's into corners, it's along the ledge, it's in between gaps. You know that you got to get in there, clean that out so that function can come back. Body will heal itself if it's got the right conditions. So it's got to clean and clear it.
Oh, that's good though.
Yeah.
There you go, Mitchy.
Oh,
Like that.
I feel like you in one of the webinars had.
I know, right?
Yeah, they're not
Yeah.
fake.
So what's
Yeah.
like, you've been studying this for 4 months now, Mitch. What's your first impression after knowing the techniques through videos and then applying them and now feeling it for the first time? How can you articulate that experience?
It's just crazy. It's just so thorough.
Yep.
I think that's the main thing. And therapeutic as well. Like it's killing you, but it's just so good.
Yeah, cool.
Alright, going to come out. Good.
Unreal. unreal.
So you can do things like this where you kind of can mobilise. So you get that heel of your hand next to the spinous processes, and then push that tissue away. You know, you stay in that laminar groove and push it away. So you're staying here. So if you're on top of it there, that hurts. If you go in here and then just try and really work with the lines of the body, a lot more comfortable. It can be a lot more effective as well because you're getting that permission to get into those deeper layers and work.
Can you just go back on top of it just for a sec? I just want to see what it feels like. If it hurt. Yeah, that's not really good.
See that?
Yeah.
And that's what probably a lot of times you'll do, like try and go on that erector and just try and
Yeah.
fucking scoop it, you know, that's
It's uncomfortable,
the
isn't it?
stroke.
Yeah.
But if you kind of go in here, like that, you just receive that straight away
It's heaps better.
and try and scoop that shit out of that gutter, that line there. So if you wanted to go along that erector a bit, go in here. So I'll show you a scoop.
What are you using there?
Is this an elbow?
Elbow.
It was palm though.
That was a
This
palm
is the
before.
first elbow.
This is an elbow, so I'm in here like that. I'm leaning over, and then to effect a scoop, I'm going to go lean back like that. Then I'm trying to stay there. So I'm just inside that erector still, and then I can probably get up onto it like I was before, but I've forged the pathway before it. So you can gradually get onto it, like that.
That's so smooth.
Yeah. So it's not as harsh, is it, or
Nothing unexpected
overwhelming?
either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's totally different. I'm kind of down at your rib level, but not pushing in that real thick erector that I was before, and you just pushed me out unconsciously because it was just painful to do it that way. But what I'll show you is just the move that I do when you need it. So you can do this with elbows as well, but I'll just show you with the thumb. So you get in and you connect in with the side of the spine there like that. So sometimes there's a little disky thing or a little bit of shit in here. You need to really get into it like that.
So you're just going straight in there with the thumb.
That's the thumb, yeah. So I'll do my right hand because that's stronger. Just like that. So if someone's got a spot, just a real specific spot just there, that'll be like heaven to them.
Yeah.
You know, because that's sort of working that tissue that's stuck and it's causing them problems. We can actually melt that out. Yeah, but no one really touches it and just holds onto it and waits for it. Gives it that time that it needs to respond, you know. So we're trying to mold things, you know. If you're trying to mold something, you wouldn't fucking just smash it and let it all shatter and
Exactly. Yeah.
dent and that. You're trying to tap it, you know what I mean? And melt, you know, get it hot, tap it. Yeah, you can do that. See how I'm kind of, my legs against the table here?
Yeah.
So I'm just going to go with my toes, just push like that while I'm holding it in like that. Try and mobilise it a bit too, into a spot like that. And so what I'll do now, I'll do some elbows in here.
Yeah.
Sink it out again. So that was sharper. So now we can kind of...
So are you all close to the money spot there?
Yeah, that can be probably a money spot. I'll show you the money spot from this side as well, what it feels like. But yeah, you can kind of, if you need to get in here and clear shit for people, it's elbow, you can hear doing it. So it feels different to the thumb, I reckon.
Yeah. Yeah.
Big and strong,
Yeah.
but it's not as specific. Like that. So yeah, money spot from this side. What I can do is come in here. So it's good to do it from both sides, be able to do it from all angles. Sometimes you can't get an angle or the strength you need or whatever from a certain side. So you can kind of go right in here like that.
What are you using?
That's an elbow. So, and just feels like a good shaped tool just to go along the top of that,
Oh,
out there into your kind of, that's your money spot there.
that's crazy. Yeah, right there. That's unreal.
Good, huh?
Oh, it's crazy. I can't even describe it.
It's good. It's just good. Just know, don't you?
Yeah.
It's a knowing, mate. I try to explain in my videos. It's a knowing. You know when things are right, when things are going to be better in the future. It just feels, it's the art. Like you need to kind of experience a lot of body work to recognise when you've got a good artist working on you. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
But even people that aren't experienced, there's still a knowing there. There's still a blowing away that it's good. They just sort of know that it's kind of uncomfortable, but it's productive pain. It's restorative pain. It's worthwhile. It's kind of getting to the core of their issue and it's sorting it out. It's going to give the body a chance to heal itself up because of the ball that you got rolling out there like that.
That's crazy as well. You've got me like right at the limit where I'm like stop, but like don't stop.
Yeah.
Like, pressure wise, you know what I mean?
That's perfect.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah. That's the boundary.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're right there.
Right on the boundary, yeah. And see how slow it's going too? It's sort of just trying to go at the place that you're unraveling at.
And like this is how long it takes.
Yeah.
Like, which is the crazy part. Which you do have to sit there this long.
You've
Yeah.
only really showed maybe 6 or 7 techniques in
Yeah.
20 minutes.
Yeah, sometimes they're longer, sometimes they're shorter, you sort of, and that's, as you get to be a better artist, you get to be more discerning, what's worthwhile hanging out on and what you got to move on from. So, and then that's where communication comes into, how's it feeling, you got to marry up what you're feeling through your elbow with your mind and what they're feeling. So the more you ask them early days and the more you're trying to connect in with bones and things like that and connect in with solidness, you're going to have a more of an idea that you're tuned in right. And tuning in is a kind of a big thing as well. It's coming out. Like that. What I'm going to show you now, you can kind of just do a lighter money spot in there, like that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to go up onto your sacrum, like that.
Still with an elbow.
Still with an elbow.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and get in to your sacrum, just into those spine of the sacrum, and just nudge into it and go into these little gaps. Clear out the little nuggets in the nooks and crannies. How's that feel?
Yeah. Unreal. Yeah.
So it's more of a 45 or a stretching kind of thing I'm trying to do with this, rather than downward pressure like that. So it's more.
Yeah. See, that there feels really good.
Yeah.
But
So
down,
when I went like that,
it's a bit there.
it's probably a bit much.
Yeah.
So because it's thin tissue, we're wanting to stretch it and disperse it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This stuff just goes where people need it, but no one goes there.
Exactly. Yeah.
So we're just sort of giving you the green light. But you got to think of negotiation as well. Get permission, get consent, get trust, go slow. Go at the pace that they can go at. The tissue might feel like it really needs to be worked, but they might be raw.
Yeah.
Emotionally, with it, they're not ready. So, but some people that have had a gutful, they'll just let you go way overs.
Yeah.
Because they just want it out. They've suffered for so long.
Like people in chronic pain.
Yeah, they're suffering, man. They're just fucking suffering daily, hourly, you know. So they're kind of willing to go through this process because it's better than where they're at. You know, the little saying is people don't change until the pain of staying the same is worse than the pain of changing.
That's a good saying.
Yeah. So this pain that people are going through when I'm doing this to them, or when you're doing it to them, it's going to be less than the pain of staying the same. So you can kind of drop that kind of line, you know. Just sort of say, come on, let's keep going, it's worth it,
Yeah,
breathe, let it go, those kind of things, you know. We can go out to the side of the sacrum and just catch a little glute tendon down here. Like that. And then I can kind of do another stroke, which I'm going to go SIJ. Yep. Yeah. And this is another one. No one ever. Sorry, man. Try and flatten it. So you do this with the palm, pisiform as well. Just trying to create that space into where those bones come together. Yeah. But yeah, you just got to get precision while you got doing this strong isometric hold on them, you know.
Vector.
The Vector Wizard. Be a VW, bro.
Aspiring.
Aspiring VW.
I'll put that in Insta bio. Aspiring VW.
Yeah.
So if anyone asks about it.
Vector Wizard.
Yeah. You're paying attention in our webinars, mate. It's good.
Very studious.
Yeah, he is a good student.
They were so funny.
You liked him?
We'd finish on a Friday and have to go to my retail job, and I was always like so charged up. I was like, I just want to treat people.
Yeah.
And I'd have to go to my retail job.
Yeah. There you go.
Done.
That's crazy.
Done. That's the lower back.
I might just call that
Yeah,
and then
call that
start
one.
another one.